Good morning, team. I have assembled this meeting today to discuss something that is seriously affecting our workflow: telecommuting or working from home.
You mean the fact that more of us are choosing remote days lately?
Exactly. As you know, our team productivity has been mixed. Some are struggling and some are thriving. So I need input on whether remote work is helping or hurting our performance.
That makes sense. From HR perspective, we observe increase in feedback regarding the miscommunication issues. We also drop in absenteeism. Overall, the data present a mixed picture.
I can add something from IT view. We improve our infrastructure to support remote work, but we still face some issue like because of video calls and poor home connectivity from staff.
Personally, I find working from home good for focus, no distractions. But I agree, it's easy to become isolated. Sometimes I miss out on spontaneous discussions or decisions that happen here in person.
That's exactly what worries me. How do we, as managers, maintain team cohesion, monitor performance and communication without physically being there?
We could look into clear KPIs and more progress reports. This is to make sure that the outcomes are more measurable, but we also have to acknowledge the flexibility helps with more.
And you're retaining more staff due to flexibilities. People feel more balanced with their personal and work life, but we need a structure.
Right, let's spend the week evaluating performance and to see how each team is coping. I want reports from every department, what's working to what's not, and then we regroup. Alright team, thank you for gathering again. I've reviewed few initial reports. Some teams reported higher output and some are quieter than usual. I want an honest feedback. What do you really think of telecommuting?
So go first. Personally, I get more done at home. I can focus better without office noise or interruptions. But I do notice when we miss alignment, sometimes I complete tasks that have already been handled, or worse, conflict happen because we didn't sync properly.
Okay, that's a good point. The issue is not always productivity, it is collaboration. Just like teams are help, but they don't fully replace face-to-face conversation.
We see some staff abuse the system, not everyone is accountable. Some turn in work late, disappear during work hours, and it puts some pressure on staff that follow the rules.
From IT view, we onboard tool like monitoring software, but that only goes so far. You can track time, not effort or creativity, and not everyone is tech savvy. Training becomes essential.
So, accountability, collaboration, and tech issues are where our problems are.
Yes, but don't forget, telecommuting offers emotional and psychological relief to many people, especially those with long commutes or family commitments. It is a benefit we should not strip away easily.
Agree. Instead of rejecting it, we should refine our company policies, set a clear expectation, maybe hybrid models.
I see. Let's define 4 hours, sync team meetings, and regular check-ins. That way we allow flexibility but maintain core structure.
Sounds like the best of both worlds.
Alright, I'll draft an updated telecommuting framework, but before we finalize, we'll have a department-wide feedback survey. Everyone should have a say. Fair? Fair. So we've talked about how telecommuting can boost productivity and employee satisfaction, but do you think there's any downside when it comes to maintaining a strong team dynamic? I mean, not everyone can thrive in isolation.
Definitely. While telecommuting allows for flexibility, it can also weaken the sense of team cohesion. You don't get that face-to-face interaction, which can lead to miscommunication and even feeling of detachment. Managers might struggle to keep the team united when people are not physically present.
Right. We also need to consider how difficult it is to evaluate performance. Without regular physical meetings, it can be harder on the managers to gauge how well the employee are doing. Remote work often leaves things open to interpretation.
Yeah.
Exactly, and it is especially tough for managers who relies on those daily check-ins or impromptu conversation. They miss the pulse of the team, the mood, the energy. It is easier to misinterpret things when you cannot see the body language or tone in real time.
True. And for new hires or teams who are still getting to know the culture, being remote can be a real challenge. They don't get the experience of the office and learn the unspoken norms.
That's why regular check-ins are crucial. But even that, it's tough to recreate the organic interaction that happens naturally in office.
So, would you say managers need to find a balance? Maybe telecommuting should be flexible, but not the default.
It is about adapting to the individual needs of the team. Some might try working from home, but others could feel disconnected. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Okay dah.
So we discussed pros and cons of telecommuting, but we draw the line. Managers still need to ensure that work gets done right. How do we balance flexibility with accountability?
That's a real challenge. Remote work can lead to a drop in accountabilities. Without direct supervision, some employers might slide off or fail to meet a deadline. Manager needs tools to track progress, but that can be a bit intensive if overloaded.
Okay, it's a fine line. Some employees thrive with the autonomy of working from here, but others need more structure. Managers can struggle to find that balance, especially when they're used to being hands-on.
Maybe that's where trust to come in. Telecommuting force manager to trust the employee, but like HR representative said, there has to be system in place for accountability without micromanaging.
And communication is key. Regular check-in are essential, but it's also about setting clear expectations from the beginning. If employers understand what's expected, they are more likely to deliver without needing constant oversight.
That's a good point. HR representative. Maybe it's also about creating a culture where employees feel responsible, even without someone watching them all the time. It's about leadership, not just management.
Exactly. Manager needs to lead by example, show trust, but also transparent about goal and result. It's not about micromanaging, but about creating framework where remote work can work for both manager and employee.
Right, and in terms of productivities, there are definitely a risk of burnout. Without the office environment, employees can find it hard to disconnect, leading to long working hours and stress. Managers need to monitor the balance too.
Agreed. Flexibility is great, but it can become a double-edged sword if it's not managed well. We're talking about culture shift, not just a change in the way people work.
So it's not like we're saying manager needs to embrace remote work, but with a clear expectation, right? Effective communication and most importantly, trust.